Hey guys, Kaio here, and welcome back to Borderlands 2. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a little while, so I figured we might as well get back to it. And what better way to do it than when we have 100 subscribers? Oh my god, thank you guys so much. I cannot thank you enough. I don't know what I would do without you. I absolutely love the community that I've got on here, and cannot believe that you guys are this amazing. I love you so much. So for this video, I wanted to do something a bit different and tell you a little bit about myself. As you might know already, if you read the about part of my channel, I'm 28 years old and I grew up in a really small town in Iowa with a graduating class of about 72, maybe 73 kids. I've also had alopecia since I was born, more or less, but I don't think it really became noticeable until I was about 12 or 13. Got into puberty, and by that time, as I'm sure you can imagine, I didn't really care much for losing my hair. For those of you who don't know what alopecia is, it's basically an autoimmune disease where my own white blood cells attack my hair follicles, aka killing my hair and making it fall out in patches. It was coming out in spots all over my head. Every time I'd shower, I'd really just put shampoo on my hair, and I just feel bundles of my hair coming out. It really depressed me the first time it happened, and I absolutely freaked out. I really didn't know what was going on. I never really talked to anyone about it because I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to think about it, so I kept it quiet. And I basically combed my hair over every time that I went to school because I didn't want anyone to see. And for the most part, I was successful till I was about 17, and it all started coming out more and more, and it wouldn't grow back in certain areas. So I decided at that point, I'm just done with this. I needed a change, and I'm just going to take care of it. So I went to my dad, who's been bald, or nearly so, for as long as I could remember, and I said, hey, can you shave my hair off? I'm kind of sick of looking like I'm trying to take off whenever it gets too windy. Anyway, long story short, I decided to shave off all my hair on my head, and the rest of my body by this point was pretty much hairless already because of the alopecia, and it still is to this day. I kept my hair more or less shaved since I think it really looks better than when I actually had hair, to be completely honest with you. And for quite a while, I was actually not able to grow any hair on top of my head at all. I thought to myself, really, thank God, I don't need to shave anymore. I don't even have to worry about it anymore, ever again. I was so excited. It was probably the best present in the world, simply to not have to worry about it when it was not really there anyway. And I do have some hairs attempting to pop up every now and again, but I try to take care of them as quickly as I can. It's definitely a lot easier now than it used to be, so I'm kind of happy about that fact. You know, in high school and middle school, I was really withdrawn. I kind of stayed to myself for the most part, and I stayed with my own small group of like 3 or 4 friends for the most part. I got along fine with the rest of them, but I wasn't ever really close to any of them. I would close myself off to the point where no one would even want to be near me anymore. At lunch, I didn't even eat that much. I'd usually give my lunch to one of my friends who needs it, or split it between the rest of them. Because of that, I never really seemed to have much energy either. It seems like I may have just simply been making a recipe for depression and loneliness. And that's exactly what it was. I was lonely. I'm still lonely, but I've also learned to appreciate the people that I've actually got around me more than I ever did then. I pushed people away because I was afraid to get hurt. I was afraid to get laughed at or called names or even looked at weird. Since then, I mean, I've found that most people in school with me were pretty cool. I really wish I'd actually gotten to know them. I feel like I missed a great possibility there, and it could have been a great experience. But I just want to say, guys, don't do that. Don't do what I did. If someone looks like they need someone to talk to, and if you need someone to talk to, just take my advice, go sit with someone, or go sit with the person that looks like they need some help. And you don't need to actually say anything. You don't need to make them talk. In fact, that was the exact wrong thing to do if you were around me. If I had someone that was staring at me, trying to make me actually say something to them, when I just wanted to be quiet and relax and be zen for a little bit, I would immediately go away from them, and I did not want to deal with it because I wanted to have peace and quiet. There were other times, of course, where I wanted to talk to somebody, where I needed to vent, I needed to say something to somebody, but that's not all the time. If you're just getting to know somebody, if you don't know them at all, it's easy as heck. And it's one of the best things you can do, just to go up to the person, say hi, and sit there and eat with them if you're at lunch or something. Just sit there and eat. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to chat. You don't need to do anything at all. Just enjoy their company and have a good time. Try to make a funny comment every now and again if you really want to make someone laugh. Go for it. I've got a couple of friends that I can say have truly saved my life and actually done this exact thing to help me through some tough times when I was first getting to know them and didn't really know anything that was going on in my life at all. They didn't know me whatsoever. They just saw me sitting by myself and poked one another and said, "Hey, let's go and see what that kid's up to." And they came up to me and they just started talking. Like, they just started talking to each other right next to me. And after a little while, I started to relax and get more comfortable around them. And by the end of the lunch hour, I was sitting there actually talking with them. I have not, since then, ever had anyone come up to me and do something similar to this in my life. It is absolutely huge, and if you get the chance to make some random friends in your life just by having lunch with them, I highly recommend it. It is one of the best experiences and some of the longest lasting friendships you can ever have. Just out of lunch. You wouldn't even realize. These guys could become your best friend for the next 40 years. I have a friend that has done this, and we're still friends to this day, 20 years later. And they've stuck with me through every little bit of it. It can truly save a life, and I really recommend you guys try it. Also, don't forget, in the comments, I'd really love to know if you guys know anyone who has alopecia or has experienced alopecia, or you've experienced it yourself. Just jump down in the comments, say hey. I'm willing to talk at any point. I may not respond immediately. I'm kind of bad about actually getting back to people most of the time, even friends and family. Like, I'm just terrible at responding half the time. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see more of in the channel. You guys want some more funny montages? Are you looking for some more random Borderlands content? Are you looking for some Paladins content? Shoot me a message down below in the comments. Let me know what you're actually looking to see in here. I'm really not that great on PC right now, so don't really expect a whole lot in shooters, because my aim is terrible at the moment, as you've noticed in some of this gameplay. Also, I'd really love to just thank you guys so unbelievably much for actually getting us to 100 subs. I never really thought I'd get this far, and it's absolutely incredible. Here's to 100 more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. I'm just gonna leave some music on in the background for you. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Yes, sir.